Hello, heroes. Today, I want to share with you the DREA step of the How to Dream Like Walt Disney process, specifically for dreaming something big up for your 2024 New Year's resolution. So, the A in the process is to ask what if. So, in How to Be Like Walt, Pat Williams gives lots of examples of how there are so many accounts of people who worked for Walt, how they would bring something to him that they thought was finished, that they were very proud of, and they would bring it to him, and he would always get this look like thinking, curious, and then he'd say, "What if we did this instead? Or what if it included this? What if it could go do this big other thing, and there's the stories are so much like people just being kind of like flabbergasted, like what, like we just spent all this time and all this effort, and also like the thought like that's impossible, like what is this guy talking about? That's impossible, it's never been done before, right? But since he was the boss and the leader, they would inevitably go back and try to make it work, and most of the time they did. Isn't that incredible? That just by somebody kind of challenging what they thought was possible, and kind of pushing the limits a little bit more than their brain was able to, they could create something completely new that had never been created before and come up with innovative things. So that's what this step is all about. So it's using those what if questions to push your brain past what it currently thinks is possible for you in 2024. Like, right? Like, so I'm sure I've shared this quote, but one of my other favorite Walt quotes is, "I resent the limitations of my own imagination," right? That is the only thing stopping you from creating, that's the only limit that you really have to what you can create in your life is what you can imagine. So this question in particular is really about pushing those limits. So some really good what if questions that I like to ask myself are, what if I had enough time, like I had all the time that I wanted? What if time didn't really matter? What if I had all the resources that I wanted? What if it was perfect? What if I had all the money I needed? What if it was something as big as the Disney parks? Just like whatever what if question you can come up with, please use those. And then please come up with whatever what if question like kind of leaves you flabbergasted at first, right? Like, what if anything were possible for your life in 2024? What would your December 31st, 2024 look like if anything were possible for you? And just let your brain go there, right? Your brain is going to put up a fight. Your brain is going to be like, well, this is impossible, so we should just not think it. And you know what? Maybe you don't get to that huge impossible idea that you let your brain come up with, but maybe you get halfway there or three-quarters of the way there, or maybe you actually get there. Like, isn't dreaming it and trying to get there and getting half the way there better than not getting there at all? Like, our brains do this really funny, like all or nothing thing, right? Like, if I come up with this big dream and I don't get all of it or create all of it, then everything's a waste, right? Like, then I'm a huge failure and everything's a waste and black and white, right? But if you really think about it, like, if you came up with a huge idea and it excites you and you get even just a piece of it, like, isn't that better than none of it? I don't know. Our brains are kind of silly, right? So that's the step of the How to Dream Like Walt Disney process that I'm offering to you all right now as part of a way to set your 2024 New Year's resolutions. Please share with me your what if question in the comments, and also what you answered to that question, right? So to me, like, what if time and what if I had all the resources that I needed? What if it was perfect? It's still that, oh, but it's bigger, right? It's like whatever you've been dreaming, but bigger. So it's that Airbnb near Disneyland, and it's so like Disneyed out, the decor, right? And it's like the coaching groups coaching all you Disney heroes or all you fantasy fan Disney heroes out there, and creating the company that can support that kind of Airbnb, right? With all of the things that I want to put in it. And it's retreats, like wellness retreats for Disney and fantasy fans, like to all the parks and all over the world, right? Wherever these fantasy ideas, you could like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, like all that, like, it just like if resources, just remove those limitations and see what your brain comes up with. And it's so fun. I have this like light, bubbly feeling in my chest, right? And if I just create like even just a little smidgen of any of those things I just said, like better than none of it, right? Better than not creating any of it. So yeah, so please have fun with this one and let me know what you come up with. And if you need help, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do one-on-one coaching around this in particular. Okay, have a great day.